This is Raven Sieg, and I'm here to spit some facts and just walk around my home in ESO. I've recently been seeing a buzz in videos from a TikToker that claim that Rome didn't exist. Note, I am not meaning to antagonize or hurt anyone's feelings. But, this needs to be addressed and put to rest. Rome did exist. If it didn't, there is no explanations to explain stuff that happens in the Bible. There's no way to explain the Byzantines. And there is absolutely no way to explain all the architecture that's in Latin. And all the reports, financial reports, all those that are written to and from the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire did very much exist. And even the person who has lessable knowledge of history can realize that, well, it did. Even just being a strategy gamer, it gives you the option to play Rome. And all the sources that she provided do not seem credible. They seem very biased, in my opinion. Such as certain buildings were built by fascists or whatever. It makes no literal sense, and it makes even less sense to what she claims. Oh, Rome was a myth conjured up by the Spanish Inquisition. Okay, let's humor her for a minute. Let's say it was a rumor. Why not buy the Kingdom of Italy, or one of the Italian clans? Why wasn't it a Italian rumor where the Roman Empire supposedly would have originated? Why the Spanish Inquisition? I'm just gonna name it what it is, YouTube. In multiple comments, she mentions the Catholic Church in a very negative light. I am indeed a religious man, but I believe everybody has a right to their opinion, but I'm just gonna say this. If you have this degree in history, why didn't you just use it for something more meaningful besides conspiracy theories? You could have taught society so much as a historian, so much. And this is a dude with a high school diploma telling you this. Alright, continue. So, Rome doesn't exist, huh? Explain the Byzantines. Because they came from the Romans. Explain the Kingdom of Italy. Because they were also from the Romans. Explain all the archaeological finds that are in Roman turf. Explain all the, documentation, all the architecture, armor that we found in digs everywhere. Explain where all this came from. Oh, and another thing I'm absolutely appalled on is how she treats the viewer of her videos like they're beneath her, or like she has some sort of superiority complex. For one, that is not how you're supposed to treat the viewer. The viewer is what gets you your views. So, what? Why are you doing this? And another thing is, conspiracy theories to me are just a way of saying, like, tinfoil hat stuff. It's never proven by any factual statements. This is coming from a guy who believes in werewolves and all that other stuff. Come on, guys. Is TikTok really a reliable source of historical, keyword, historical information? historical information. You got that right, Vipey. It is not. And it just hurts that I have to talk about this. I'm a gaming channel. I don't do this. But I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't ignore it. Is this what civilization has become? It is sad. It is very, very sad. But as I've stated, everyone has their opinion. If she wants to put on the tinfoil hat and say, "Oh, Rome didn't exist," and deny it with every fiber of her being, do so. But I'm going to tell you with every fiber of my being that it did, and I will point you to the archaeological digs. I will point you to the written evidence and all the stories surrounding Rome, all the armor that's been dug up, and then the Spanish Inquisition thing. Spain was a Roman imperial territory. So yeah, it makes sense that they'd have some Latin and fucking architecture and inscriptions. Makes sense. Latin and Spanish are two very close languages in particular. People seem to forget how vast the Roman Empire actually was. And back to the topic of, well, I hate to do this, the agenda that she's trying to push. She's making claims that, oh, the Catholic Church is evil and all this stuff, trying to demonize them. I'm not gonna deny there's some bad things that the church has done, but there's also plenty of good things. Giving money to the poor is one of them. Helping the homeless. Giving someone something to aspire to as well. For every yin there's a yang. And karma bites. In good ways and in bad ways. You need to be the embodiment of both, or not at all. Anywho, I just wanted to post this because, in all honesty, that claim was rather unintelligible. Unintelligible. Claiming an ancient civilization didn't exist, and then she says, oh, lack of evidence. There's evidence all around you, you just choose to ignore it. And then she goes into that, oh, Caesar and Alexander the Great was a woman, and if you deny that to be so, you're misogynistic. No, it's a fact that they were a man. It's stated that the emperor, keyword emperor, not empress, emperor, was a man. Alexander the Great, in every historical text that we have found, is portrayed as a man. But let's take something like, oh, King Arthur or something, right? Maybe it was just a man cross-dressing as a woman. Well, go take a look at some photos and come back to me. Because I'll tell you that much. That's a little bit beefy there to be a lady, but I'm open to another opinion. I'm open to opinions. But from what I've been read and from what historical texts say, Alexander the Great was a man. And Julius Caesar was a man. Especially the Bible. I should not have to bring the Lord's holy name into this. I really don't want to. But I will. Because I guess it needs to be said. So, You're saying it's wrong to bring up the Bible in a historical context? No, not really. Because the Bible is a piece of our history, whether some historians try to deny it or not. And this isn't me being biased, this is me telling the truth. What was said in those TikTok videos is clickbait. Clickbait and nothing more. And you don't need a degree in history to know that Rome existed. You could walk up to a guy on the street and have a historical conversation. And when you mention Rome, they'll at least know who or what Rome was. Stop trying to push an agenda. It's not something we need in this day and age. We need progression, not declination. Have a nice day, y'all.